This program is intended for a mature audience. If you are not 18 years old, stop listening and find more age-appropriate content. If you are offended by any content herein, that is your own problem, as you have been warned. Do not try this at home.
Release the Kraken!
Because I am ready, and I will not let this opportunity slip through my fingers. Cup of coffee, man. Wow, man!
Get on with it. Yes, get on with it.
Oh, I am enjoying this.
Get on with it!
Hello and welcome to Bad Habits Network. I am your host, Gary the Hammer, a.k.a. the Unicorn of Nuclear Origins. With us today is a whole bevy of people, mostly from Heart Talks. Most of us have met in this Heart Talks group on Clubhouse. This one is going out to Miss James, specifically from Heart Talks. Let me pull up her bio real quick, but as I'm doing that, this episode is brought to you in part by idealvaporllc.com. Use the code BHN 15%. Yes, that is 15%. The percent symbol. You hold shift and it's right above the 5. Yes, good. We're following along. That's 15% off of your final purchases in the cart at checkout. Also, check them out live in person and in your face in Portage, Wisconsin. Ideal Vapor LLC. They have thousands of e-juices on their walls. Knowledgeable staff, so if you have any vapor needs or vapor questions, they can help you. Also, a nice little kiosk to sign up for Safada, CASA, everything to help fight for your rights to vape. As well, they do have a Green Plus section, which means CBD. And in Wisconsin, yeah, something soon to come as soon as we vote past that nice little bill that they're trying to do. So, guys, check them out. Once again, that's idealvaporllc.com on the intertubes. BHN 15%. Again, for 15% off your final purchases. On with the show, we have one of our personal BHN Heart Talks favorites, creator, co-founder of Heart Talks, and the original I am doing a great job today, Gary. I am doing great. I accept my failures, and I love, love, love my failures. The original Convos Over Coffee in Heart Talks. She is a psychic with no purposeful control. Yeah, too much, but hey, go back and wash your hands. She's a poet. She knows it. She's a vulnerable person. She's an intuitive graphic designer, a community creation magician. Yes, I can attest to that. And a cinnamon buttercup, apparently. James, a.k.a. Jamie Sheehan. How are you, Jamie?
Hey, I'm good. It's been a crazy day, but I'm good. I'm excited to do this and play with you guys.
Phrasing.
Well, why not?
So let me pull up the other thing that we do for James on every time we have a Heart Talks reference on this show now. It's going to be bit.ly/HeartTalks1. That's where you can help us help her. She's a mother of 6, a proud mother of 6. Doesn't really have the greatest travel situation, do you, James?
I don't. I'm going through divorce, and something super fun happened right when I was moving my kids finally to a stable situation, because, it's not super quick, super fast starting over, and we just put all the money down on the house that we were moving to. And right when we did that, my husband, or soon-to-be ex-husband, had my car taken. And my kids go to schools that don't have transportation. 2 of my kids were just accepted to a really awesome school, and they start tomorrow. So it's been a little bit difficult. Ubers with 6 kids, that's a lot. I'm just saying, it's a lot. It's super fun. They're really excited when nothing is left but the black Lux SUV, but Mom's pocketbook is not.
So that's another reason why we have this little charitable link set up for you guys for your consumption as well. This link does not only allow you to help donate to the cause, this link also connects you with each and every one of the Heart Talks members. Yes, I'm talking Justine. I'm talking Dave Leo Baker, musician extraordinaire. I'm talking Robin Paulson. I'm talking Felicita, the voice in the background for BHN now, as well as Lisa Pritt, who also has an advertisement if she wishes to do so at this time.
Hello, I would love to. Hi, everybody. I'm Lisa.
Hi, Lisa.
Hey. I'm representing Origami Owl. Origami Owl was started by a young lady when she was 14 years old. And she had a dream to buy her a car. So our main product is called a living locket. And that is like a scrapbook for your neck. You choose the charms that represent the things that you love, your hobbies, your occupation, your family, even in memory of. And you wear it in this locket every day to just keep close to your heart. We are undergoing a big expansion. We're moving, we're growing, we're shaking. And I would love everybody to check out my website. I've got a huge goal this month, but my website is www, of course, Lisa, Lisa, .origamiowl, ORIGAMIOWL.com.
Yes, folks,
Thanks
and
so much.
if you spell that incorrectly, you're not going to go to what you intended to go to, trust me.
Uh-oh.
So, guys, after you're done donating to James, check out the aforementioned website, please, please, please. James, you helped a lot of people. We did a 24-hour heartathon in I believe in your honor, with a lot of other things such as deeply personal questions and a few other things. Can you elaborate and help me out with this?
Yeah, so actually, we had planned for a while as a community to become a 501c. It's something we're still working on, and hopefully that'll be done by the beginning of next year. But one of the things that we wanted to do in the beginning, and we had talked about, was creating a community fund so that we could help people in the community when they were in crisis, when something happened, if someone was having trouble, and or say that even somebody was in the hospital and we wanted to send a flower arrangement, as a community from Heart Talks. And we didn't quite get to that. And then when our friend Anna had a very quick crisis, which I have permission to talk about, and we went in a private room. We planned it very loosely, and we got together in a room for just a couple hours, and we were able to raise something like $1,600 for Anna to get out of her situation because she had to do it overnight. Basically in the middle of the night. We gathered a ton of resources and people and support from all over the country. Anna's actually at my house now. She just got here yesterday. And that's where it really started. That was the first time we really were able to do that. And then where I was going through my situation, I'm one of those power through people. I may tell you about it. I may be vulnerable and open, although vulnerability isn't just about sharing. But I have a lot of trouble receiving and accepting help. I'll give all day long, but I have this kind of mindset that, even the things that I do for myself feel like if I offer a service and I'm paid for that service, it still feels like charity. I have this like charity case mentality, and I don't like it. So the community for a long time, they were like, let us help you, let us do this, let us do that. And I just kept saying no or avoiding it, or I'll think of it. And eventually Felicity and Robin and a bunch of other people and Nina really headed it, created the 24-hour heartathon. And it was super fun. We all got together. We had all of our people that come in the room, our community members that are regulars. We have a really, really talented community. We plan to do a community showcase when we can get our shit together. And they all came together. We had different segments. We had karaoke. We had deeply personal questions. Dave came in and played this really awesome compilation that he made from scratch for the show. And it went for 24 hours. There was a lot of talking, a lot of chit chat, but there were also different pieces and parts of the show too. So it was really fun to celebrate everyone and their talents as well during that time. And they were able to raise money, which really helped us a lot in the transition that I was in. We didn't quite raise what we needed to in order to get a car. However, it has helped immensely with the high cost of Ubers and delivery costs and all the things that, come with not having a car, because it's definitely not just a transportation issue. Like, everything costs more when you don't have a vehicle. So, so it was super helpful, and it was a big lesson in learning to receive. And I definitely have learned a lot and opened up a lot in being able to do that with what the community did for me, and also them not getting tired of me and just being like, okay, we give up on you because you won't accept our help. So that was also really great to have a community that's so consistent and doesn't give up.
I was going to say the community and you have also affected me, especially with astrology and other things in that silly little, what is that app called again? Let me look. The Pattern. Thank you. The Pattern is an astrological sign app thing, and we all in the Heart Talks community have kind of played with it. Those of us who are connected with each other have played with that, and James and I ran ourselves as compatibility for friends, and it's like, yeah, we could probably just hang out in 420 all day. Other friends are like, hey, you may be an epic or golden friend, or like a golden relationship of friends and such like that with a certain other person you were friends in past lives and stuff like that. And these things that we talk about in Convos Over Coffee is a lot like what we do on Bad Habits Network, but more heartfelt, in my opinion. There's a lot of opportunities to actually help another help another or yourself come out of your shell. And I owe you guys a debt of gratitude for that.
Oh, well, we're glad. We have big goals and big, like, for us, it's not just a room or like somewhere that we hang out. Like, we feel like we have a purpose. And when people tell us things like that, it definitely feels like we're serving that purpose. But not just like me and Robin and Nina and Julie and Alicia, but everyone collectively, because it wouldn't happen without everyone. There are people that are staples that just, it wouldn't feel like home without them,
Yes, this is true, and we're working on a couple things, and I got to get to contacting him. There is going to be a possible, maybe kind of sort of surly person to be on the Bad Habits Network shows for a quick moment. We're just trying to work out some things on that one, folks. And the Heart Talks crews know what I'm talking about. And they know who I'm talking about. And he knows who I'm talking about when he hears this. So, as Robin said it last week, James, how did you guys start this Heart Talks Convos Over Coffee stuff?
Oh, it's really funny. So, I hope you can hear me well. I had to move away from where I was because somebody's doing something really loud. It's really inconvenient. I don't think that they're respecting that we're doing this right now. Also,
welcome to the world of bad habits.
Yeah, I know. Whatever they're doing, it sounds like maybe unicorns are being run through like machinery, and I feel sad about it. But I hear their screams. No, so we were running a room. Well, we were helping run a room that we went to every day, and it was a morning room about manifestation and different things, and it was run a certain way, kind of specifically, and it was good to pop in and out of, but we started going every day, and then eventually it kind of fell on our shoulders to kind of take over. But the people who were running the show, that it was their room and their club, just kind of disappeared. They just left, but they were still checking in, like, are you doing this, and are you guys running it this way, and kind of very strange, very strange. And
I apologize for interjecting. That sounds like a job.
It did. It was kind of like a job, and much of it was given to Robin. And a lot of that fell on her shoulders. And, I was like, well, I'm multitasking with the kids, but I'll try to help. And, we were doing something that wasn't our purpose, but because we cared about and supported the people who who were running it, right? It was some of the first people that we met on Clubhouse. We made friends. We cared about them deeply. But yeah, it definitely ended up being like a job. And eventually they just disappeared entirely. It felt like entirely. And so collectively, we were like, one day we were like, I think we should just announce that this is going to be the last show. You guys, we didn't quite go over that with them first. I did take it upon myself to, try to be peacekeeper and talk to them about it afterwards. But we're like, this is our show now because we do this now all the time and just us. So we're going to let them know that this is going to be the last show and we're going to do our thing. And we went back and forth for a while about it. And finally I was like, this is what we're doing, guys. I'm just going to start the club. And we all just wanted to be together in the mornings and have something that felt organic, that didn't feel like that. But what that did gave us each other. It also gave us a taste because once those people weren't there anymore, we weren't under obligation to run it in that very strange way that it was being run. And it slowly became something really fun in about the last week of it. And it kind of gave us an idea of what we wanted to do. And we didn't really overthink it. We just started the room. We closed that room on a Thursday. We started the room the next Monday. And we've been going, it'll be 100 days, 100 consecutive weekdays this coming Friday. And we also just hit 1,000 members last Friday. So 1,000 members in our 100th day. So that's pretty cool. It's a big celebration.
I'm looking for the button. Nope, I don't have it. I had an applause button, but it disappeared. Sorry, folks. So when you say they were running it weird, I'm still, and a lot of our listeners, the tens and tens of listeners for Bad Habits Network, you're saying it was run weird because I'm just still myself learning Clubhouse, as well as some of our listenership is just hearing about Clubhouse for the first time. When you say it was run oddly or strangely, what is it that you are? Could you let me put it this way? Can you please elaborate?
I will so elaborate. Yeah. So in Clubhouse, for those who don't know, there are moderators. You have a little green bean beside it. People call it the green butthole. And if you're a mod, you have the little green bean beside your name. And those are the people that usually will run the room, reset the room, make sure that people get moved up and down from the audience, and kind of, we all have different things that we do, some more heavily than others and some more on the backside. But that room, the way it was run, and is something that just, while those rooms are great for certain things, it just wasn't for us, right? It wasn't in alignment with us. There was like a prompt, and people could share on that prompt, and people could also give feedback. Well, when we got into the room originally, it did feel somewhat like a small community because everybody was allowed to give feedback, or a few people at a time, right? So if it didn't go too long, that way everybody got to share if they needed to share about whatever it was. I can't even remember the topics anymore. It feels like years ago. But then it got to where the mods were like, no, I'd rather just get clients from this. So let the mods give feedback. And everybody else was kind of really shut down. And then there were a few times like we don't want to share too much or get too vulnerable kind of thing. It's like, let's keep it positive. Let's keep it this, let's keep it that, some toxic positivity. And they're usually back chats with moderators, and it's not fun, to have to, not let people come in and be their authentic self because they want to keep it hyped or keep it whatever the energy is. The energy's going to be what it's going to be. That's not going to put money
in my pocket. Do not let this person up here.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, kind of like that. It was kind of like that. But, and then I was like, man, we're not letting other people get feedback. And one of the ways that we help people is by allowing them to help each other. And then sometimes, when somebody's giving you advice, or whether it's not advice, or just an affirmation or whatever it is, a lot of times people are talking to themselves. because that's something that they're going through or they're working through or they're just learning to go through. And so I feel like it stunted a lot of healing when that was space was supposed to be for growth and healing, and focused more on, money and like, let us coach you. And I really got burnt out with the coaching spaces. And we have coaches in Heart Talks. And I support coaches, real coaches, good coaches, responsible coaches, ethical coaches. But being coached at and using the platform in an inauthentic way just isn't where it's at for me, and it is for other people. They're here for different things, but that's not what we were here for.
And that's another thing that kind of attracted myself as well as others to this Heart Talks, in my opinion. I mean, the fact of the matter is, I'm a very guarded person still, and even my co-host, who is now on stage, but I don't know if he's available to say anything due to possible under the weatherness, so to speak. So as soon as he wants to pop in, he'll pop in, folks, and tell me to shut up. But
shut up, Gary.
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah, that's me.
Wow, you sound like something the dog actually vomited, sir.
I feel that way too, but it's all good.
My apologies for the analogies, folks, but no, not really. But as we were saying, the Heart Talks is an authentic room. Again, with the guarding myself, I'm very personally guarded on certain things, and James is one of the ones that's kind of said, hey, knock it off. Show us some stuff, Gary. Not in those words, but in kind of like that phrase analogy. No, I'll put it. Is that a good way to put it, Rob?
I'm sorry, I spaced that out. What'd you say?
I figured as much. Let Gary.
Trust me, I'm not trying to space anything out right now, man. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I'll just use Becca.
Oh, that might be a better bet right now.
She's on the phone.
Gary, I can tell you this.
I'm here.
Go ahead, Robin.
Shut up.
Thank you, Robin.
Hey, Gary, this is Dave.
Hey, Dave Leo Baker, pianist extraordinaire.
Well, thank you, but we have to say a couple of quick somethings. Another shout out to James. She's probably going to hate it because I always do it. I wouldn't have an Instagram and a Sociotap and all that without her. I might not even still be on Clubhouse. The meditation app that I do work for, she completely gives James credit for all that. So me bouncing around playing meditation rooms and doing the thing I do on here, I was super intimidated about being on Clubhouse before her. She's really helped me out. And if you go to donate, unless I pushed the wrong button, I hope I didn't put, it says Jamie Berry. So you could probably, all y'all that aren't as blind as me can see the actual photo. So it might be her photo anyway. But I mean, just in case you didn't know, it's Jamie Berry. But go hit that donate when you go do the Heart Talks community thing, when you go to the PayPal button. If there's a fun story behind that, that'd be cool for you to tell us. But anyway, everybody, she will do your Sociotap. I'm sure, great prices for that stuff. And I bet you can't do your own. I certainly could not do my own. So she took care of mine. So she'll do your Sociotap and all the graphics and all the neat stuff. So this is Dave Leo Baker, and I'm chilling out.
Excellent. Thank you for that. And yes, I was going to get to that. Thank you, Dave, for letting us all know that Miss James is a social media consultant. I believe that's the concise wording.
Yeah, that's a pretty good wording. There is a fun story behind that, if Dave doesn't mind me disclosing, because a little bit of it is about him, actually.
Uh-oh.
So is that okay, Dave?
Sure. I love your.
All right. So Sociotap is anybody who is on Clubhouse or comes to Clubhouse. Andrea Hasselbach, she's amazing. She runs Sociotap. She started it single-handedly. It's kind of like Linktree, but better, more aesthetically pleasing. There's 10 million more options. I mean, you can basically do away with websites entirely. You can sell products. You can do all kinds of things, downloadable PDFs. I know some of this is probably super boring to people. We can do fun things on there too. We add quizzes. I do sex positive rooms on Sunday nights, and we always have a quiz that we take for different things. So all kinds of fun things we can do with it. However, Andrea is amazing, and whenever I talk to her about this and about Dave Sociotap in general, she created a program for people who are visually impaired so they can have the premium version and not have to worry about setting up a monthly payment, entering their credit card information, any of that stuff, to make it more streamlined, make it more accessible, make it easier, so that and then also, I believe that she's extended that now to because they also create sociotops for people, which personally I really love to do. I love creating links. It's one of my favorite things. Links and reels and stories are my favorite, but where they will do that service as well for anybody who is visually impaired to streamline it for them, because it's not the easiest to do when you are visually impaired and you go in and try to create a website and do all these things and interlinks and move buttons around and all of this stuff. But it's a really streamlined service. You can have somebody do it for you, or you can do it yourself. But mostly I support Sociotap because Sociotap supports communities and supports specifically right now the visually impaired community, and heavily the musicians and such on Clubhouse, so or anywhere really. And really funny is that why can't I think of her name? Who's the lady from Tiger King? Carol Baskins has a Sociotap.
That bitch, Carol Baskins.
That bitch, she has a Sociotap. And I don't know whether she did it or not, but you might can watch her Sociotap and find out.
She killed her husband, whacked him. Probably not. I don't know. These things we can or cannot confirm. So I do have a question from the audience. We would like more, if you will or are willing to do so. What is the backstory on Jamie Berry?
Oh, that is a super interesting question you have there.
Oh boy.
Jamie Berry. Okay, so I go by James. I'm walking by the air conditioner. It's going to be a little loud for a second. I go by James, and the reason I go by James is because when I was born, I have very southern roots, and all of my aunts and uncles and cousins, and mostly my grandparents, they called me James and Jameis and Jameson. Okay, I was born with the name Jamie Lynn Sheehan, and my mother lived in the Edna Gladney house, deciding whether she was going to have an abortion or have me and give me up for adoption or keep me. And Sheehan was my mother's adopted name at the time. My mother was adopted by her stepdad when she was 7 because her mom had severe schizophrenia and just dropped her off there one day. So that's where the name Sheehan came from. And then my mom decided to keep me for what's even a longer story, but she decided to keep me. But I was mostly raised by my grandfather, his name is A.C. Sheehan, who my 14-year-old is named after. And then I was adopted by a not-so-awesome person who became my stepfather, and his last name was Berry. And so my name became Jamie Berry. And my legal name is still Jamie Berry. But anyway, I have never had the money or the time to change my name back. And so I'm legally... The cool part and the Sheehans is that I was raised by a really wonderful man, and my grandmother, his third wife, who he married the year after I was born. They took me to their first date to the Dairy Queen in their carrier, or in my carrier. So I know how long they've been married by how old I am. So that's interesting. For me, at least, I think it's a cute story. But none of the women in my ever take the name of husband. They always are Sheehan. So I've been married twice, even though my name is first marriage, and then my husband for my second marriage used Sheehan. All of my children are also Sheehan, but I am not legally. So it's kind of funny. I get questions from the schools all the time. They're like, why? Yeah. But anyway.
I had a couple. I actually had a troupe that didn't take her husband's last name, and she said, "Well, Hollywood does it," and that was her explanation, and no one questioned it even any more further. So I think that would be a good get out, though.
I'm just gonna be like, I'm in witness protection, you guys. Quit asking me questions.
Yes, folks,
That's
you
all
heard
I
it
can
first.
say.
Jamie Sheehan is in witness protection. Don't ask her.
I got you now, Jamie. This is an elaborate ruse. No, I'm just kidding.
Where's Anna?
Yes, you recently have a guest in your home.
Yeah, I was going to say the pregnant pause is actually on my couch, curled up with my kids, eating popcorn and watching a movie. So yes, I have our guest. That's probably more than a guest. I think she's staying for a while, and she is somebody that we met in Heart Talks on Clubhouse, and she drove all the way from New York to Texas. So, yeah, it's really cool. A lot of people who don't understand this app are like, it's just an app. I'm like, oh man, you don't even know. Times have changed, man.
So you're saying this Heart Talks crew is so well knit that a lot of you guys just click on a different level. Like, we've known each other for a very long time, and just occasionally we'll meet up with people from this room and do life changes or life breaks, so to speak. We'll vacation with another member at their place, like an Airbnb. I love this.
Yeah, I have a feeling there's going to be like partners, eventually marriages, like all kinds of stuff happen from this. But yeah, I think that that we really just want to be near each other and around each other. And that's one of the reasons we do the room every day too. And even after the room, people want to do more rooms because we can't get enough.
Can confirm.
I'd like to say that we are family. Chosen family is so much better than blood family. And as soon as I realized I was being catfished, I went to Felicity, and she's one of our family members as well. So, yeah, we do a lot more than converse in the mornings, and I'm so blessed by this group.
As am I. And Rob, I know he can't really say much right now due to his energy level, but I'm sure he feels the same way, that he's feeling accepted into the Heart Talks family.
100%. Unfortunately, I haven't been on lately or since I've really come back. But yeah, I do miss coming on the in the chats and talking with you guys. And it's just a whole different level that you guys are on, and it's fun to be around. You're definitely contagious, if you will. Not in a sick way, not like me, but contagious nonetheless.
The only one who sounds contagious right now is you, Rob.
That's what I just said.
Yes. Sorry.
It might have come out.
It came out through your nose. I couldn't hear it. I'm so sorry.
That's not the only thing that's coming out my nose. Jeez.
Okay, graphic. So, guys, if you're enjoying what you're hearing and you're hearing what you're enjoying, check us out on YouTube, Bad Habits Network. Check out Clubhouse. I believe it's called Heart Talks. When you get there, click on the little house icon right there on the. You can use ours for an example right now, where it says Bad Habits Network and Clubhouse. There's this little green house. When you go into Heart Talks, and feel free to do it here too, just as an example. You can leave later. It's all good. Thank you. Thank you. And there's another one. Thank you. So, guys, again, click on that greenhouse right next to where it says the top of the name of the people. It's Bad Habits Network. It's Heart Talks. Just right there. Subscribe. Follow the rules. Agree to the rules. Don't be a Karen. Just be cool. Enjoy your time with these guys. They do this every weekday around, 7:30 Central Time. For Robin, that would be like 4:30 Californian time. She's gonna kill me.
8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific, every morning, Monday through Friday.
Thank you. And sit down, get your morning libation. You might have Baileys and coffee. You might have just plain coffee, darker than my soul. Yes, this is how I drink my coffee, folks. Matcha, soon to be on Bad Habits Network, as well as yerba mate, anything else you want to talk about. It's free, open board. They go popcorn style.
Do you want to hear something crazy? And you guys can totally play off this after if you want and joke about it, because I am to the level where I can. But so a couple people know that I had tried to take a challenge in asking and posted on Nextdoor and Craigslist and a couple other places about needing a vehicle. And I got a response, and they said they were going to come yesterday, and then they said they were going to come today, and they didn't come. And it dawned on me that I had gotten several responses, right, from this. I had been solicited for, multiple things from this ad.
Feel free to explain, because this is a no judgment zone. If you want to say what you want to say, remember what rule 1 is: own what you say what you own.
Yeah, so somebody was trying to solicit me for sexual favors to get a vehicle, because I had posted the ad that we were looking for a vehicle, and that person was pretty chill about it or whatever, and I denied that, and they were fine. They just basically disappeared, which is great. I appreciate them doing that. But then another person sent me, I don't know if you guys know about Reddit's Rate, R-A-T-E.
Thank
Clarify.
you.
You're welcome. And he had sent me his picture and link to that, and he's like, I know that I'm not attractive, all of this stuff, and but if I look for single mothers on Craigslist, and I find them often, and I've dated with somebody with 7 kids, so 6 is not a big deal at all, and all of this stuff as if I had asked him, and then went from that, which was already a little weird, but at the same time I'm he sounds really lonely, he needs a friend. Maybe I'm not that friend, but at least I was coming from a place of compassion. But then he starts getting really aggressive, let me I can do this and this and this in exchange for this and all of this stuff, and I can't even remember everything in the text messages. And he said, it's okay, you can tell. He did the whole self-deprecation thing, it's okay, you can just tell me that you're not attracted to me, blah blah blah. Well, first, that's not attractive at all. Come on. Some other stuff, and then started being well, you don't have to just ghost and all this. While I was dealing with kids, I would have responded. I respond way more than I should to people like that, honestly. And I was eventually, he had pushed me to the point there I was it has zero to do with what you look like. It has to do with how you approach people. You can't show up and be a fucking douche canoe and think that people are going to respond, lovingly. Yes, absolutely. I'm all about that. Thank you. No, that's not real life. So he called me. I don't know what words I'm allowed to use on here.
Bad Habits Network. We are a not safe for work environment. Go.
Okay. So he said, listen, you dumb, worthless cunt. Close your fucking legs. 6 kids. Jesus Christ, I bet your vagina looks like the Grand Canyon. And your kids are worthless pieces of shit. Your friends don't have the balls to tell you. You had more kids than you could afford. You were too fucking lazy to get your shit together. There's a lot of typos. Get off your ass, you stupid fucking bitch cunt. And the other message that I got from the nice person who said that they lived in Lakewood was probably about 2 hours later. Yeah. My son said it sounds like he just learned how to cuss, because my son is old enough to hear me talk like that, or at least in my opinion. But so I'm wondering, and it didn't dawn on me until today, that they may be the same person catfishing because I hurt his feelings or something like that. And when I hurt his feelings, I'm really nice when I hurt your feelings. It takes a lot for me to be mean. And, yeah, I never responded to that message. I was actually more entertained about my vagina looking like the Grand Canyon than anything. So
Sorry. I shouldn't laugh at that, but damn.
I actually really appreciated the effort. I mean, maybe not the typos. He could have at least spelled it right. But I really appreciated the Grand Canyon comment, honestly.
I think your vagina looks more like a gorge of sorts, but that's just my opinion.
What the shit?
No, I like that. I like that better.
Jesus. So I'm confused now.
Now
Was
playing the
typo,
Batcave.
I'm confused. Was it typo on vagina or Grand Canyon? I'm trying to understand.
On canyon, on shit, on bitch, on cunt, like the letters were all out of order, but you can still tell what I read it as if I were dyslexic, like as if
he spelled it canute.
So it was a very angry, aggressive message. Okay, I got it.
I mean, he must have been typing really hard.
There's lots of incel energy in that. Lots of incel energy for sure.
There's a term some of our fans don't know. What is an incel, Felicita?
An incel is a person that thinks they are involuntarily celibate. They are someone that believes that because of some of their defects that women withhold sex from them. Mostly because they're men, although there is a group they call themselves femcells, and I have quite literally never been to a place on the internet that is quite as sad as the femcells.
I will say I can confirm this with the message that said, I have a super duper nice penis that has not been touched in 5 years.
Wow.
Super duper.
And I thought 14-year-olds were desperate.
Well, gosh, you got to see. Maybe he needs a dungeon master for this week's game or something. I'm just kidding. I know that we've got cool. Joke was for our D&D.
I just rolled a nat 1. Her clothes came off now.
Oh, that was funny as heck. Sure is funny.
That's actually if you play Gears of War and you want to be my friend, I am Grit Grace on Xbox, and I will put on the headset and I will beat your ass in a Nasher 2v2. Thank you.
How do we spell that for Xbox?
GRITGRACE.
Got it. Now I just got to buy an Xbox. Okay, cool. I'm PlayStation Network for life. I don't care what you have to say about PlayStation. I will always rock a PS4 or a PS5.
I am not against any of those, but Gears of War is only on PC and Xbox, and Gears of War is the only third-person shooter that I like, because I only like third-person shooters.
Hell yeah. Now I just got to find a game that's multi-platformed. That includes PS4.
I'm ready for them to do this. Like, I'm really frustrated that they haven't done it.
Warning, folks, I know some of our fans fall asleep when we talk games, but we're going to talk games because I just found out James is a gamer. This is great. So are you exclusively a Gears of War fan, or is there more you want to divulge into?
I'm pretty exclusively Gears of War. I played, this is probably going to sound really lame to you guys,
No. You're talking to a gamer.
The Prince of Persia games.
Yes!
I really loved. Yes. So, I love that.
Compare it to the movie?
The game is way better than the movie.
Thank you.
Yes, way better and more interactive. But also spooks me out like an appropriate amount, which I liked. But yeah, I'm definitely would be considered a Gears head. Yeah.
Awesome. Now, in the realm of the Gears of War gameplay, have you tried Left 4 Dead yet?
I don't think so. I've tried a couple things. What is the Red Dead Redemption? I've tried that.
Yep.
It's not terrible. I tried The Witcher because I'm obsessed with the show The Witcher.
Yes, please continue. I too am obsessed with Witcher.
Yeah, I didn't get very far into that because my kids were like, let me do it. So mostly I get to play at night, and unfortunately both of our Xboxes are glitching out right now, so it's really, really sad, but it's something that I would like to be doing every night. It definitely winds me down. And okay. I'm actually on a competitive gaming team, so...
What's the name of this competitive gaming team? I'm very curious.
It's just Phantom Gaming.
Phantom Gaming. All right. So is this on your Socio tab, James?
This is not on my Socio tab. I don't get to talk about this very much.
No, talk. I want to hear all about this stuff.
Well, I will tell you that, I get really excited to watch the weekly, Twitch stuff and get free shit. I love it.
Okay, this is a foreign concept to me. What?
Yeah, so a lot of people will stream, sometimes on EA Sports, sometimes on Twitch or whatever, and a lot of games, if you follow the creators, they want to interact with the community. So they will interact, they'll tell you about all the updates and all the new stuff. They'll play, you get to watch people competitively gaming, especially when a new game is coming out. That's the most exciting time. And if you watch it and you're on at certain times, this is part of them getting viewership, they'll release new weapons to you throughout the thing. So you get
like a DLC code weapon, or
I don't know what DLC code is. I just
downloadable content.
Oh yeah, so it's what we were using was linked to our Microsoft account at the time, and when you clicked it, you just went in and but you had to claim it during the show as it was going. So we would have back when I was married, we would have our while we were playing every night, and I still play now. We would have our iPad on and our phones on playing that in case one of us missed it, because we would have our headsets on playing with people online because we have our, online friends that we played with every night, who also became like family, and also came to visit Texas. Super cool. I think I have that effect. But, yeah, you just have to be watching to get it. And a lot of this stuff is really exclusive. But if you gain stuff by completing certain missions or this or that, or from those, you get to keep those things when you go to the next game and not start over. So, like, they're in Gears 5, or I'm on Gears 5. Gears 4 was really good. I'm not a big fan of the other ones, but I do like to play the campaigns on the other ones better than the new campaigns. But yeah, free shit's always good.
Yes, it is. Well, that is fascinating. I never would have guessed you for a gamer girl. I love this. And I mean that by no offense. That is pure innocent pleasure right there. That is. I learned something new about my friend that is actually in common with me, but she's more advanced, and that fascinates me because I've never met or had a friend in my life that I knew was on a competitive gaming thing. A gamer's league, so to speak.
The Pattern app, it didn't ask us about any of that.
Oh, this is true. The Pattern app is. I'm gonna register a complaint. Felicity, write this down. There is no gamer geek section on the Pattern. This needs to be done. Make it so, please.
You got it. And I say that the Pattern app, the idea behind it was just to make an app that was an astrology app that never uses astrology terms. Nothing conjunct this, no Saturn, no Mars, no whatever. And I believe that they were successful. Also, they never revealed who the investors were. It's stuff in the beta, but I believe it's Channing Tatum is one of the investors. I know because he was talking about it. I don't know. It was silly. It was a hard day to download the app. I just remember. So I was trying to get my friends to download it, and you couldn't. You couldn't do it. All right. Anyway, back to James. Hello, beautiful James.
Hello. One of my favorite things that Billy Bear from Heart Talks, whenever I changed my name to James, a lot of people were really confused, but he started calling me Queen James, and it's gone over into Heart Talks in other rooms, but he literally only did it to irritate you, Robin, because you have a King James, and he's like, I wonder if this is just going to get under your skin. I wonder how long it'll take. It was a whole game. And I was like, you know what? I think she's actually just going to love it. So
I totally love it. And I so honor you. And yeah, I so love you so much.
Right. Hey, guys. I'm sorry, Gary. I just sent you a message. I'm going to bow out here. I keep falling asleep on y'all. I'm sorry. I am definitely not feeling up to chatting today, but y'all have fun, and I'll try to talk to you guys sometime this week.
go troll some bitches on Craigslist. You might feel better.
Yes, and remember, when you're spelling the C word, it's C-N-U-T. Canute.
I always knew I was forgetting something.
It's CUTN, actually. Thank you.
C-U-T-N, Cutton?
Isn't that like some kind of command on like DOS or something?
Let's not talk about HTML right now, because I will go into that as well.
Go ahead. You have carte blanche.
Yes, all right.
This is your room today. Rob's going to duck out at 52, 57 area. I'm going to do a little editing for you, Rob, on that one. James, you said HTML. You're not happy with HTML.
Oh, I'm just so burnt out on it. I did it for so long, and like most of it's just completely lost on me for anymore, because I just, there are better ways to do things now. But to be able to code and all of that stuff, and I don't love it now. And like, actually, let's go back to Gears of War. Whenever I'm geeking out and watching, the creator content and all the stuff that went into making it, I'm like, oh my god, I'm so glad that's you and not me. I'm so glad.
So I do have a dumb question for you. In your bio, that the writer that I'm looking at for this, bio links for all platforms, for all management and all that, bio links for management or BioLink management. So are your services included into gamer geeks who want to upstart to like Xbox Live or PSN or PC Master Race versus Mac? Would this include that all encompassing?
I feel like everyone needs a bio link. I'm talking about the links that you would put in your bio anywhere.
That. Okay, my apologies. I misread.
No, yeah, I was going to say, but yeah, if gamers want bio links, I am all about that shit.
So, folks, you heard it first. If you're a gamer, you can find her at the aforementioned Xbox link. Also, on, I believe, that nice little Instagram. Can people contact you via that manner?
Yes, they can contact me via Instagram. I frequently check my message requests because I get a lot of messages from new people, because I try to go in a lot of new rooms and things, and class creator rooms and things like that. Yes, message me there. Also, my Instagram bio link has a WhatsApp too, so if you're not somebody that likes to message.
So I believe what she was trying to say, if you want to message her via her personal, or if you want to go professional, she has two ways of doing that on her link pages with Instagram.
Also, if you're tall and almost like a little bit overweight, but definitely need to be overweight, you're a good family person, you love family, you're family friendly, you're not a narcissist, and you're super kind, hit me up. But I want a little bit of that chunk. I need a little of that belly, okay? Just so you know.
She likes her men like she likes her chicken, with a little bit of fat on the end.
Yeah, and no offense, you lovely, lovely people, but somehow those skinny little metalheads, they always show up. And I married one of them. What the hell? And he was always so insecure. He's like, I know I'm not like big enough for you. And he's like 6'1" or whatever, but he means like big. And I'm like, oh, I need a BBM. Come on.
So note to self, my clones are still on back order, but I will write you down for one.
Thank you. That would be really lovely. Right now I'm cuddling not right this moment, but right now I'm cuddling with Anna. We held hands when we slept last night. It was really, really sweet. But I do prefer a little scruff, a little beards, and a big old belly. So thank you.
I love my little sister so much. I'm so glad you're together.
So I got a weird premonition. I think the in the near future, all of the Heart Talks room is going to have a weird convention in Texas in a non-disclosed location. I think that's where we should begin and end the Cuddles and Kisses tour. It's not going to be a tour. It's going to be more of a migration.
I was talking about it with Robin, and it's because when people give me their info for their birth chart, and I can do a grown-up birth chart, as I call it, and I can see all the connections, you would be amazed. And Pattern even does touch on this. There's a lot of us that knew each other in our past lives, and like the Heart Talks group, it's spooky. I'm dying to know how we all knew each other And I feel like a good group, I was like, oh, we could do like a past life regression as a group. And then Robin's like, yeah, we could do ayahuasca as a group. And I'm like, oh, I don't know.
Yeah, no. Yeah, yes. Dimethyltryptamine is my thing. Let's go.
Let's do DMT, or whatever. Yeah, let's do it. Do you like DMT, Gary? We'll save this for our, for another time because it's James' show.
Yes, thank you. I was just going to say that.
I want to do DMT. Hello.
So DMT, then we don't have to vomit and have diarrhea.
Exactly.
Yes.
That is a saver for me.
Yeah. Well, I definitely, I know a guy. Of course I do. But I mean, like, no, yeah. But I was because I was telling Robin that the past life thing is maddening to me. It's like, I want to know what it was, because it's like, it's not just like, one or two of us. It's like all of us. And I feel like that's why we're all drawn to each other. It's very spooky. I'm like, did we used to hang out at a pub? Were we a club? I mean, were we a coven of witches? Who knows?
Were we in Jonestown?
Maybe we were all in Jonestown.
Couldn't resist that one.
Maybe we were.
I'm obsessed with Jonestown.
Don't drink the Kool-Aid.
No, don't drink the Kool-Aid. But yeah, maybe something like that. Who knows? But we could all do past life regression without drugs. But I mean, like, that's not fun.
Well, we're gonna need to do it in this life because this is my last one. So.
Yeah.
You throwing in the towel after this one, James? Like, just fuck it, I quit. No, not again, ever.
I don't think it's my choice. I just know that this is my last one. And I'm at peace with that, and it feels good knowing that. It's something Felicity and I have talked about. But I do definitely just know that. And that's okay. So we're going to have to figure all this shit out now, you guys.
Well, that's the plan. And I mean, like, as someone that, I'm still not entirely sure if we're a twin soul or not. But I think we might be, because this is my last life as well. So off we go. Finally, we've lived a lot of life together, apart, so much.
And I totally say thank you every time you guys allow me into your little lives daily. Heart Talks every weekday, 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Californian. Sorry, Robin. Every time, every Monday morning through Friday morning, that is what keeps me going through my day, is hearing our little group just family it up. And then in the afternoons, they do pop-up rooms, folks. They even do pop-up rooms on the weekends. It's like in the back channel chats on WhatsApp and such, I'll see somebody just go, hey, can we start a room? Or have we started an afternoon room yet? And that's like immediately a cue going, hey, let's do one. Screw this.
Well, and it's neat because we'll ask if we started a room because we want to know if we need to have FOMO adequately or not, because we might have missed it.
We are family.
Yeah, James, you're saying FOMO. I'm saying FAFO at this moment. I'm going to change FOMO to FAFO. And for those of the Bad Habits Network fans, they know what that is. FAFO is the acronym for fuck around and find out.
Sounds about how we do everything here.
Yes, the popcorn styles. And folks, if you do come into a Heart Talks room, keep an open mind as well. It is a free, safe space for open minds and open hearts. There is a gentleman actually on our stage. I believe his grandmother comes up into the room and just has a nice ball. And we enjoy her every moment she speaks because she is a delight. And I want to say, hey, keep bringing her into those Heart Talks because that makes me smile so much because she is just a gem. I'm talking about Jeffrey.
You're talking about Grandma Connie. Yeah, she's with me. We're at the airport. We're coming back from Vegas right now.
Oh, I love it. I love it. And a lot of people on Bad Habits Network, this live recorded show right now, are going to be getting introduced to Jeffrey and his grandmother at this juncture. So if you will, sir, you have the floor.
Thank you, Gary. God, I can't believe you're asking about me. What a long day. I have to fly back on this fakakta flight because my son's so cheap. He got the late flight to save money. So I'm going to be flying out of Las Vegas at 9 o'clock and landed in New York at 5 in the morning. How oh, God. It's horrible. Right, Gary? It's horrible.
It is horrible. And what I've learned from flying at night is it's a great, comfortable, you get in that one position, you get your neck pillow set up, You don't even pay attention to the flight. You're too busy
Yeah,
sleeping.
I'm a gazillion years old. How can I get comfortable in a seat where your knees are oh God, and then the person always leans back, and he hits into my raisinets. It's so bad. And they don't feed you anything on these planes anymore. You know, so it's just tough. But uh, Felicity, I did book some gigs for Billy Bear. He's going to be playing at Ellis Island, which is a casino off the strip. Yeah, they're going to give him a residency, okay, for 5 weeks. All right.
All right. I
And
wish you would have contacted me to help negotiate the payment for that, but okay.
well, the payment is he gets free food and a suite, and that's it.
Well, what's going to my
And exposure.
retainer, Grandma? What's going to my retainer for Billy?
Hopefully your
I didn't.
teeth.
No, I didn't
I'm his
retain you.
attorney.
But he retained you. I didn't retain you.
Well, that's true,
He,
but I mean, I expect him to have negotiated a better pay so that he can continue to pay me. And I'm aware that he didn't retain me, but remember, of course, that I'm your attorney for Grandma versus Billy, whereas I'm Billy's attorney for Billy versus Grandma.
yes.
Which is. Mm-hmm.
So, folks, what you're hearing right now is a grand scale of what happens in some of these hard talk rooms.
Well, but it's. I'm trying for this, and from January through March, he's going to have a residency at a hotel outside of Vegas near the Mojave Desert, and it's great because he can go out and go into the mountains, and he has his own cave. So it's great. I think he can become one with nature. And he can. He just has to watch out for the mountain rams. Out here, and the turtles. He can't be an endangered species turtle. But yeah. But yeah, and Felicity was trying to find out what Grandma was. She knew I was up to something. She was messaging me, and you know. But Gary, are you from California?
No, I am not. Bad Habits Network is stationed out of someplace in Wisconsin.
Oh, I've been to Wisconsin and Unpleasant Prairie, right? A place called that, and Milwaukee.
Yes. Very famous location, yes.
Yes, I thought Laverne and Shirley really lived there, and they were real people, but they didn't. But yes, I've been to that baseball place. Yeah, Grandma's been everywhere. I don't know,
Right.
but it was so hot here it was so hot here in Vegas. Oh my God, I was svelting. Yes.
Excellent. Well,
but yes,
Grandma,
yes,
Grandma,
yes.
I apologize, but I have to remind everyone that this is a Miss James Miss James room. So do you have a question for Miss James?
Well, I came in and I heard it talking about that fakakta, and if I ever find out who that is, I'm gonna hit him over the head with my cane and stick my old dentures down his mouth. Okay.
I
All right.
believe you. I believe you, Grandma. I believe you
Yeah.
entirely.
Yes. And how's the grandkiddies? How's Milo and all of them, all the Drew and everybody doing,
They're
and
still
Harvey.
they're still completely feral. I told Anna that she's officially part of the family because Harvey flipped her off twice today. So, they're doing real
Whoa.
good.
Wait. What did your child do? How old is this child?
He's 3.
Okay, he has my heart.
Yes, he's very tough. I was probably the only one that was ever able to put him to sleep. He's a very tough child.
That's
But
true, actually. My kids have a couple of my kids have insomnia, and Grandma was in a room on Clubhouse, and she got Harvey to sleep, and I had been trying for hours, and it was in the middle of the night, and Grandma got Harvey to sleep. No lie.
well, yes, I was going to give him Benadryl, but we used to do that, and we used to, you know, just tell him the most boring story in the world, and they would fall asleep. That you could do too. tell them about their great grandfather or something, or else I don't know.
I'll probably
Something
have him
boring.
listen to one of our back episodes.
Yes, yes. Now, do you do a podcast, Gary, off of here?
Yes, Grandma. We're actually recording it live right now.
Oh my God! So, am I going to be a star? Like, you have like thousands of millions of gazillion listeners?
Oh, absolutely. The tens and tens of listeners would love to hear more from you.
Oh, that is great, Gary. I just can't wait to have everybody around the world know me and maybe Billy Bear, because then I make more money. And my goal is to make so much money that I get buried in a mausoleum. I mean, I'm already old enough to be declared a national historic monument. So.
Fantastic.
Thank you, Mr. Gary. I really appreciate your. He's so sincere, isn't he, James and Robin? He's so sincere.
All I
Yes.
know is Billy's going to kill me for having Grandma on before him.
Well,
Well,
Billy could be here if he wanted to be here.
This is true.
Billy is. He went to Build a Bear to try to find new clothes for himself. So, you know,
He's going to
just like
kill me.
Yes, he went there, yeah, and he just wanted to, that's the only place he can get clothes. So he I don't know. I think a friend of his took him, and he went in their purse. So because they don't allow, talking stuffed animals in the mall, and he doesn't want to scare the kids with a talking bear. So one of them might steal him too.
So, Grandma, I have another question that just came in personally. Does Grandma have an Instagram?
Well, it's my boy's Instagram. Yeah, which is linked, but she doesn't have her own. I don't have my own. I don't know technology. I don't want people to find out where I live. I already get those fakak Girl Scouts knocking on my door once a year, trying to sell me cookies I can't eat. You know, I don't need that. You know, but
That's understandable.
but
I can respect that.
yes, but you can get me on Instagram through here through my boy, and he'll get it to me. I do
Right.
get fan mail, I think.
Can
Yes.
you ask young Jeff if I may give it out to our listeners?
Absolutely.
Okay, folks. From what I'm reading, it's at Jeff with 2 F's NY72. Check that out on Instagram. So, also back to Miss James. Yeah, I don't know how to get back to Miss James on this.
And just real quick, that 7-2, that was the year I was born in 1772. Right before the Revolutionary War and the Declaration of Independence. So I know a lot of things, but I'm still here. But James, back to you with all this technology. I mean, years ago, to have a conversation with you would, 5 letters would take 5 years, but now it's instant. So enjoy that. Don't take that for granted. And I will zip it right now. Thank you.
All right, Grandma. It was good to hear from you. I've missed you. I actually am having a little bit of an identity crisis, so we should definitely talk about this because Felicity is also here. Or I don't know if it's a identity. I don't know what it is. It's like, what the fuck? Am I just a super big brat or what? Kind of thing. So I participate in these rooms on Sundays called Positively Sex. They're a creator for a series, which means they were selected by Clubhouse back in the day to be a creator for a series and do these podcasts with Clubhouse and such. And or I guess they do their podcasts. I don't know how they do it, but either way, it's a big deal, I guess. So I participate in these rooms on Sunday, and I love going in the rooms because everybody's really open sexually, super sex positive. And we were doing things going over like, are we a monogamous person? Are we a polyamorous person? And I learned the word for, and I already kind of knew this, but I wasn't going to tell anybody this, right? But now I am. I learned the word for me is monopoly, which is that I I am polyamorous, but my partners are not. So I'm like, wow.
May
what
I
a
interrupt
cut.
on that?
Yeah.
Meaning, you can be polyamorous, but they cannot.
Right. They choose or want to stay committed or just have no interest in dating around or whatever it is. And that's been kind of my situation for a while, and it's been a little bit circumstantial, but yeah, it makes me feel like a total brat. Now, the people that I have been polyamorous with, I have also been emotionally and, like I've been committed to the people that I'm in a relationship with, even though there's multiple relationships. It's not like I'm just like, hey, everybody, I'm open, everybody come here,
Orgy at
but
James'
they
house.
haven't. Well, me and Anna are full up right now. So.
I'll make the chocolate chip cookies.
I'll bring the clam dip.
Wait, what?
See, that was a double whammy.
Yes, it was. Hence the reason I said, wait, what?
Exactly. Well, I have a clam dip related story from my early days of Heart Talks, but additionally, I used to always make jokes about going to orgies and, how it was always it was gross, and there's always someone there that is offering you clam dip as well as his wife's pussy.
Oh boy.
It's been like 9 years since I've had any pussy. Like 9 years.
Okay, so
it's not for me.
Gotcha, yeah, my brain just stopped.
Well, it's been around that amount of time since I had my last pussycat named. Oh my God, I'm trying to remember the cat's name. Beauty. Yes, that was my last time I had pussy. Yes, it was 9 years ago too.
Oh, Grandma. But yeah, it hasn't been. I haven't been with a woman since my wife. I've made out with a few, but that's about it.
So you're also looking currently for a BMM with a little bit of stubble or maybe some scruff.
BBM, big beautiful male.
Big beautiful male.
Yeah.
Yeah, and but you're not opposed to anyone else.
Not anyone else at all. I'm pansexual, so I'm not opposed to anyone else at all. But, I mean, that's just been my realm of attraction right now because, everything's like this, sexuality is fluid. So, for me.
Very cool. Very cool.
According to Cornell University, it's fluid actually for everyone, and it fluctuates throughout our life. So it's not going to be the same one year to the next. Or the same.
I agree.
I'll make the Billy Bear joke now. It can be fecal material depending on the hole.
I wouldn't open with that. You could do better.
Okay. Well,
yeah.
he believes that everyone starts out as an asshole, so it's just a natural transition.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh, I don't think so. I think some of us are molded to become assholes.
Yeah.
Anyone else seen that scene going from Team America World Police in their head? There are 3 types of people in this world, Chuck.
Wow, I have not seen that in so long.
So, guys, if you like what you hear what you like, give us a like, subscribe, or share on YouTube and Spreaker and everything else. Join us in Heart Talks every Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m. Eastern, 5:30 a.m. Californian. She's going to kill me.
Shut up, Gary.
And random times throughout the day. Join us usually on Mondays at 6 p.m. in Clubhouse. We're going to be doing these Clubhouse-centric lives with anyone and everyone, and we're going to be making an announcement soon for an upcoming show. We have a few other people coming onto this network, as well as guests, as well as co-hosts, as well as possibly new shows. So check us out on Facebook. It's Bad Habits Network. Anywhere you go, just roll, I think it's 7, Google that shit, and find us anywhere you can digitally. Again, join us every time you can. We give a mad shout out, usually 15 minutes before we go live on Spreaker. And yeah, Thomas, can you play us out?
I've no more fucks to give. My fucks have runneth dry. I've tried to go fuck shopping, but there's no fucks left to buy. I've no more fucks to give, no more fucks I've tried to get. I'm over my fuck budget and I'm now in fucking debt. I've no more fucks to give. My fucks have runneth dry. I've tried to go fuck shopping, but there's no fucks left to buy. I've no more fucks to give, though more fucks I've tried to get. I'm